every team seems to have that defensive linchpin in their side, successful teams. When you think of, say, a Real Madrid, you're thinking of Sergio Ramos. When you think of a Barcelona, back in the day, it used to be Carlos Puyol. When you think of Liverpool right now, obviously Virgil van Dijk. Laporte seems to be the main man now over at Manchester City. It used to be Vincent Kompany. Arsenal back in the day, Sol Campbell right there. Who's your linchpin for this Arsenal defence? Who's your favourite defender? Who should they be building around?
Me, when I look at the back line, I don't think that back line is not really building for the future. I think it's here and just now. You know, it's all about, we're in a situation that we've got to, you know, mind what we're doing. You know, there's no crowds and things like that. You've got to be mindful of who you're trying to buy. I think it's all about settling down, being calm, you know, getting a kind of stability in place, not spending too much money, and then see how it goes in the future. That backline is just, I feel, is here and now. Let's get some points. Let's kind of get something going, and then see what we do in the next, say, 2 years. I think that's all I feel that backline is. That backline is not going to be in place in another 5 years. I think that backline is going to change for sure. In the next year, it'll probably change.
Adam, I actually think that Sol is trying to politely say that Mustafi, Luiz and Kolasinac are not good enough currently, not good enough long-term to take Arsenal to where Arsenal want to be. That's my feeling. Okay, so I'm not trying to be a mind reader with Sol here at all. And of course, I totally respect everything that he has to say, and of course, you know, he has a strong background with the club, and therefore his feelings might be slightly different to mine about them. But, you know, Arteta clearly likes playing a back three. I think David Luiz is better suited to a back three than two central defenders, personally. And today you saw with the two fullbacks, Cedric and Tierney, that back three quite quickly became a five, and they looked pretty solid there. But no, that Arsenal back three are, you know, heading towards the twilight of their career rather than just starting out. And I think that Arsenal seriously need to build from the back. For me, any team that's going to be highly successful has to be strong, competent, capable from the back. Look at the successful Arsenal sides in the past. Look at Sol's era, to be honest with you. You know, with Sol, Tony Adams, people like that when Steve Bold was there as well. And I think that is the number one area that Mikel Arteta has to sort out with the Arsenal Football Club at the moment.
How long has this been a concern for you, Sol, the Arsenal defence? Because we had Tony Adams on, I think it was about a week, maybe slightly less, maybe slightly more. I've lost track of the days, to be honest. And I asked him, who was the last great Arsenal defender? When was the last time he had full confidence in the Arsenal defence to be considered world-class? He name-dropped you, and he name-dropped Ashley Cole, pretty much. And since then, could you say that anybody has actually been a world-class defender for the Gunners? Well,
you know, I know it's hard to kind of pick people out. You know, Koscielny, he grew in his into his role, but real commanding kind of players, and at the back, you know, you have to go back, you know, 5, 10 years at Arsenal, and it is a shame. I think really it was all kind of football and playing out, but it wasn't winning FA Cups occasionally, but really challenging for the Premiership. It was it's just non-existent really. And look what Liverpool did, you know, Van Dijk. You know, for me, could I see Arsenal spending that type of money? You know, sometimes it does take that type of money if a player's nailed on and you've got to get him. And he can actually start, or even start or change the kind of the outlook of your team, and especially from the back. But it might take, you know, something like that, a player you have to buy them. Yeah, they don't mind buying Pepe, you know, that kind of big money up front. But you got to realize sometimes you need to catch up with the rest of the guys, and then sometimes when the player does come available and you really think, you know, this guy can really change it, and you've looked at all the scenarios, you might have to kind of, you know, dip in the pocket and buy someone big at the back to kind of take that on, and then you build around him. But you got to take that. No, I'm not saying a leap of faith, but you got to sometimes take the go for it. You're going for it, you know, at the front, paying big money for front guys. But sometimes, you know, you don't underestimate getting quality defenders to kind of hold that back together.
Sometimes you might get lucky. How much did you move to Arsenal for again? Yeah, wasn't very much. Can't
remember. Too long ago. It was like 20 odd years ago.
I know. It was a very long time ago.